As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control,
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi. To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Osean. Do not attack before target identification is complete. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated. So you were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Signs of the Cold Warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
It's ID'd its origin. Target is hit.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight. Missile away.
We've got that trail apart. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? The Bosch in that vehicle!
It's set up in all the right places.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Freak! We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Fire! Big fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
Hostile has a lock. That was too close for comfort.
Strider 1, Mike!
Target acquired.
Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail. Punch 2. Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue.
Strider 1, missile launched.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, Team Ruther needs to record this conversation. I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI. To us, it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile hit.
Warning! Missile! Missile in the air!
Target eliminated.
We're taking fire. We can't hold off. Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped. This is one of ours. ours. Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster. Soldier military.
Ceasefire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. That vehicle is one of ours. Ceasefire. The folks just came through.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
Attempting to break enemy lock.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Shake that enemy.
My infantry. Where did that come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
We're under attack. Hurry up and do something.
Missile launched.
Missile closing. Break! Break!
Warning, enemy has a bead on you. Strider 1, locked on target.
Enemy locked on. Breaking.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Sweepers down!
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a pass feed.
You have no choice. Fire!
Fox 2.
Straight strike. Other scratches on the tail mean that it's part of the penal unit. All rebels must be taken down. We're the only ones here on our side. If they don't respond, shoot them down.
Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped. Missile hit.
Unknown aircraft approaching.
Target acquired. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Try to help us before we get shot. Not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe? Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erosion military. It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
You heard the call. There are no friendlies out there.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
That vehicle is one of ours. Cease fire. The info just came through.
The general is speaking with the commander. We're taking fire! We can't hold out! Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
put formation at Anchor Bay for protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There was more developing technology than just UAVs. Thinking ISAF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harvard or blame on innocent fighters. But in the end, developing technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Lucy is responsible for Harlan's assassination.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Strider 1, missile launched.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking we should go say hi when they roll in the general's day.
Gotcha, Fox 2.
It's ID'd as Erosion.
The general's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Target acquired. Target eliminated. It's the Ocean military.
Missile, don't let it touch you!
How'd you last long, Caster? If you breathe, then we're here to help.
I'm behind my target.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. I will switch the UAVs to slave them.
Vehicle eliminated.
They have me spiked. Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oceans?
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erosion have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosted drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erosion News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. It should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Sheldon!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Check footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying
are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. Don't remove the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco. Wilco.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, no contact got it. Wait, you don't think it's those Ocean things on too? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Fine. No good. Shit.
It's away.
Missile fire. Evading. Doctor, that's locked.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way.
Strider 1, Fox 3.
Missile breaking!
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco.
Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
I'm behind my target. Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Headed this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Being on you. Target acquired. Target was not struck.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Five bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Three bandits to go.
It's not enough to be within
position. But when? They're after data, aren't they?
Strider 1, Fox 2. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Call warning. Nickel. 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 Call warning. Call warning.
You're low on special weapons.
Locked on bandit.
1 bandit to go.
Call warning.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
The VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... Listen! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead. What did you say?
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbante, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Ocean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Ocean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. If what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Unknown successfully identified.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
Fox 2. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
Our air support is here. We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
They're under attack!
Cyclops 2. Fox 2.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running!
Target destroyed.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. They don't want to see on it. Yeah, look, Russian bastard. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ.
Enemy on your back.
Give us another 30 seconds. The men saving want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Stall warning.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to find supplies. Open the bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Ambush! Stay calm! Reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Missile. Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull
Strider 1. We've identified the unknown targets.
Enemy position! Go with us! The artillery fire enemy APC from there!
Missile.
Strider 1. Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1. Target destroyed.
Missile.
Over here.
missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile. Caution.
Missile away.
Caution. Pull up.
3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy is gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point!
Missile.
I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Hit it! We're moving out! Leave the jet behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. I count 12 dead bodies here. It's upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved in Delta.
Missile. 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 Stall warning. Stall warning.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining.
Strider 1 has crashed.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Illusions are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Don't let anyone other than Illusion airspace units into the base.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them are away. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. Damn, those ruthless bastards. These are blatant war crimes. Take photos for evidence.
It's no use! Work to the right! Fire at the supply ship! It's the radicals that shot us in the back. I'll make them pay for this. No use tailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies!
3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
They're Illusion. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
I just got the photograph. We'll get that data. Just give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Missile.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the Dash Driver. The supply ship and the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Missile. Missile.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. This is a van till Operation Phoenix time.
Missile.
Move them away from the mass driver.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now?
Missile.
Send in the tanks!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. ID complete.
Everyone get out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead! You're with us! Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Strider 1, target acquired.
Get in the landing craft!
Missile.
Many thanks, Lancaster.
Missile.
We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile.
Good. We need help. We did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. I count 12 dead bodies here. upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Trigger, we can't afford friendly fire.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
The Erusian convoys have shown no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
Nickel.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Down.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
Ambush, stay calm. Reform the race. It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Fox 2. Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets. Tank is destroyed.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
In gun range. Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogey! There's no way there are! Almost there. Commence operation no return. These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Caution. Pull up. Nickel.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Pull up.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Nickel.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
I see scratches. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
Caution.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
Target locked. Enemy on your back.
Nickel.
Nickel.
Confirmed destroyed.
That plane's starting to
Launch
place up.
control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are to go for launch. This is Launch Control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch Control. Roger that.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Nickel.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Strider 1 is entered the clouds. Missile away. Intercept those bombers.
Nickel.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. Continue with your mission.
If you lose your legs, then crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Beat on you. Strider 1, target acquired.
Granny, hostile at rock.
Target is in machine gun range.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Explosion inside! Do the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can steal it from the bomb, then Arusea will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. They say we're done for.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
This is Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
The rebels are here. Let the first one go by and detonate on the second.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target is in machine gun range.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Caution.
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Missile. 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 Caution.
Fox 2.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail.
Missile.
You hear me? I
Missile.
need you to help some people.
Missile.
There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me?
Missile.
You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Missile.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Missile.
Voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Missile. Caution.
Here, let me have a word.
Hold up.
Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive.
Missile.
Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I'm thinking about how I do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
This is so cute, sir. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! It's right here!
Longcaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. 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 Caution. Caution.
Hurry! Get moving!
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Smokecaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an illusion soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do was fly fast.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion.
The Ocean pilots are chasing the supply ship hard.
The missile hit its target. Everybody, keep a safe distance to avoid getting caught in the explosion.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time.
Enemy on your back.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango.
Good. Take a seat. However, we're in no position.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back,
If we head inland from here towards Aruja, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Arusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Aruja's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home together.